Hello, everyone. Rob Frankel here from Ron's Consignment, 714 Washington Avenue, Woodbine, New Jersey. And we're in October, and that can only mean one thing. It's Halloween. But rather than scare you with some amazingly high prices, we're going to do the exact opposite. We are going to make you incredibly happy with an amazing selection, incredible prices you won't find anywhere in South Jersey. So let's have a look and see some of our new offerings, shall we? If you have kids, these are absolutely adorable and handmade. As we can see, they double as both a rocking chair and a high chair. So this way, once the kids are done with their dinner, there's an easy way to keep them entertained. And of course, it's good old-fashioned, handmade, and only here at Ron's Consignments. We don't expect these pieces to last long, so if you'd like them, you know where to find us. Here at Ron's Consignments, we have a large selection of Precious Moments figurines. Now, some of these are seeing their first daylight ever out of the box. These are brand new old stock. We have large and small pieces priced accordingly. There are definitely pieces for collectors. So we certainly hope that you'll stop on by, and this is only a fraction of our collection. Now, a lot of people are into collectible bottles, but this one, as we can see, has a little bit of substance to it, but not just any substance. You know, someone once told me that there are 8 different individual components that make a perfume. This happens to be a vintage bottle, and a large one at that. In fact, a seldom seen size, of Shalimar by Estee Lauder. Now, the same person also said that perfumes of the past tended to be made with a little more care. And that still smells wonderful. Now, most people actually love the bottle, but how neat is it that you can actually experience the original fragrance? And no, it hasn't dwindled. It is just as wonderful as forever. On the periodic table, uranium, of course, is an element. It's naturally known for some of its properties, which deliver nice clean energy. But also, did you know that going up even to certain points today, uranium dioxide, which is a salt produced by refining uranium, can actually be used to make anything from glassware to jewelry. And of course, one of the more amusing things about uranium dioxide jewelry is that under a black light, I hope you can all see this at home.
I'm gonna fix it. Sorry. Hi, guys.
Okay, never mind. Well, maybe we're not cutting. But as you can see, take a look at that. See how it's glowing?
Move out of the way. Here we go. That's beautiful.
And again, it's a reaction based on shortwave light. And so it comes out beautiful. And of course, we have various uranium jewelry pieces. And again, they won't make you glow in the dark, but they certainly have a wonderful and unique appeal. And we can see the beautiful faceting. You know, this is all done in Europe. And so we're very, very fortunate. Our supplies have been a little bit challenged, obviously. And so we don't have a lot that is inbound. So if you were in the market for something a little bit unique and certainly colorful, pay us a visit. All right. Now, since we opened up a little bit of musicality, what I'd like to show you is something that you're not going to see very often. As a matter of fact, this was an extremely limited production. You're actually looking at a World War I Gibson Army Navy mandolin. This mandolin has been professionally set up. It has been professionally restored. It has an amazing, vibrant tone. As a matter of fact, I'm going to ring out a G on it. This instrument literally hums in your arms and has a sustain that I've never, ever seen. And that's off of custom mandolins we compared it to. And away it goes and goes and goes. So if you were ever looking for a real antique Gibson, that is a player's instrument, not a highly damaged instrument. And we encountered so many researching this piece, and most of them were incredibly damaged over time. This particular piece is ready to go for the player. As a matter of fact, this is not meant necessarily for the collector. This is meant for someone to have a unique pancake mandolin that was made by the Gibson Corporation. It was originally distributed in Army-Navy commissaries during the First World War, during the height of the mandolin craze. Then after the 1920s, disappeared from history. So they've been often reproduced in various copies, but never as fine as the original. So this is a one-of-a-kind opportunity here at Ron's Consignments. So if you're a mandolin player, we certainly hope that you will audition this instrument. So, you know, Susan, I have to laugh because, you know, I'm holding my slide rule, and it reminds me, what, I'm holding my slide rule. But regardless, when I was in college, I gotta tell you, there was a girl in my chemistry class. Every time, I often wonder whatever happened to her, but every time I think about her. Well,
Oh, geez, Rob.
what?
You're never gonna change.
Oh my God, well, my stick got really, really long. I'm sorry about that. It happens at times.
But tell us about that slide rule because it is. I asked you about one that was much smaller.
Correct. So, in all sincerity, you don't usually see them this long. And what that was for your advanced calculations. So, as a normal rule, the longer the stick, the more it could do. Not necessarily. So, we had our sliding scales. We also had our side scales as well. And you don't usually encounter this style of K&E. You really don't. Everyone sees the 12-inch long models that, all the physics students used to carry on their hips in the 60s. But this was a nice little 50s edition. And to this day, the wood hasn't swallowed. The actual mica on it, fantastic. It's an actual workable scientific instrument that is still and never lost its accuracy. In fact, how could it? So as a result, it's just one of our fun science items that we have here. And of course, we have a lot of scientific items too. But this one happens to be one of my favorites. Lights, camera, and action. Now, one of the things that is coming back in a big way, just like when someone said to me, records will never come back. Well, guess what? Records are hotter than ever now. But one thing that is coming back is film. Kodak released their brand new Super 8 camera this year. It's finally available for purchase. Film stocks have never been more plentiful than they've ever been. More labs are opening up. And by the way, we will start developing processing and scanning movie film. That's something we're going to start doing very shortly. But let's take a look at some of the cameras behind it. I probably buy, personally, anywhere between 20 to 50 cameras per month on eBay. And I'll say the name of the site because, again, you don't normally find these just floating everywhere. Everyone says, I have no idea how to test this item. This item works. You write to them saying, listen, tell me a little bit more. They can't. This happens to be one of those eternally cool, and this is only the second one I've had in about 10 years. Oymik 16 millimeters. Now this is the famous C16. It was a news camera and very, very portable. Clockwork motor, almost indestructible. This one also happens to have its telephoto attachment to it, which is also rare. You can unscrew that and get your regular conventional lens just like that. So easy to use, so incredibly funky. Just that beautiful mid-century design. Everybody loves it. But the problem is that prices have been ridiculous recently. What we're doing is that we are basically daring you, if you're a camera collector or a film enthusiast, at some of our prices we're actually daring you to buy a camera. So we definitely have a great selection, and we're also starting to bring a bit more Russian pieces in. Stay tuned. So I have one of those eternally cool pieces that you just don't see. Now, one of our dealers brought this in and I flipped. This is a 1964 through 66 Kawai Saturn. So what makes it unique is that if you ever saw Paul McCartney from the Beatles and you saw his bass, you had this big violin-looking bass. It was called the Hofner fiddle bass. Well, that was red hot back then. So everyone wanted to copy it. But the problem was Hofner had the patent. So if you copied it, you were getting sued. And they sued and sued and sued. So a lot of these were destroyed. This one is not only as original as it comes, but it's got that tremolo system to it. It's electric. It has one issue though. The neck itself has warped. So we had two choices. First is to repair the neck. The second of which is to leave it as intended. And by the way, even better yet, we actually have the original cardboard shipping crate this guitar was shipped in back in the 60s. So it's nowhere near what you'd expect it to be just because of reverb and also because of this particular neck issue to it. It can be fixed. A luthier should probably be able to fix it for around $100. Again, we leave that to your decision whether or not to collect it, leave it as is, or to actually convert it back to a player. If it were me, I would convert it back to a full player. But you'll go on some sites like Reverb, and again, we've only seen a few of these sell in several years. In my case, in about 3 years, I saw one go for $1,100. You won't pay four figures here. You won't even pay anywhere near that. Call it about a third of that. So again, strike while the iron's hot and act now. You know, who doesn't love a good show? I know I certainly do. But one of the fun things is that theater, of course, has progressed over the years. So today we have IMAX. But right here, right now, we have such wonderful things that have stood the test of time. Case in point, These are theater seats. They came from Cape May. These date to the very late 19th century, but they have a fun few features to them. Number one, I'm going to lift this chair up. Now, you may see this wire outline and say, what is that for? Is that for programs? No, it's actually for the brim of your hat. So this way you have a place to store your hat while you're watching a play or early cinema. And of course, there are the genuine cast iron fittings to the back of these. These are in impeccable shape. I've seen quite a few of these theater seats over the years. This is probably the nicest set that I've seen. And there's so many uses, people repurpose them. It's neat because they actually fold up and out of the way, so they don't take up a lot of real estate in a room. And so I know a lot of people who actually put them on walls, believe it or not. So here at Ron's, 714 Washington Avenue, don't miss out.
Oh.
I hate it when I come down with a case of guitar. I mean, what? This sounds like something that I got in college and some blue stuff later and we were perfectly fine. But what I do love are antique medicine cabinets. I love an antique medicine cabinet, and these apothecaries cabinets are becoming so scarce to find. Now, most of the time when you do find them, they are beyond rusted, and there's a difference between rust and patina. Patina like this one gives it character, but rust means that doors don't open, locks won't move, and of course glass is usually broken. Well, all the shelves are perfectly intact on this one, and it makes a great display for any of your oddities, or even if you have a physician or a pharmacist or just someone into science in your household. So again, it's here at Ron's Consignments. Come join us for more adventures as we find more antiques. Let's take a look at some more. I hate it when my chaps are underneath. Doesn't everyone have that problem? I mean, really. A chap, I don't know. I'm going to be honest. This is the first time I've ever worn a pair of chaps in my life. There's no rear end to these things. I mean,
I
seriously.
put them on backwards, sorry.
Are they on backwards?
I think your left leg is on backwards. That's my fault. Sorry.
Fantastic. Well,
they're awesome.
They are awesome. They're definitely chaps. And they actually go fairly well with this. By the way, this is an early stage prop of a Dean & Adams 1850s revolver. So for the cowboy in you, we've got the chaps. No, we've got the prop. All we need is you. Now, folks, honest question, how do you walk in these things? Oh, well. But regardless, they're definitely here, and we have lots of fun vintage clothing, fun styles. One fun thing about going to these antique centers, such as ours, is that you have incredible selections because each dealer has their own special niche. So you never know exactly what you're going to find. But we can tell you that you can find it here at Ron's.
And Halloween is coming up.
Halloween is definitely coming up.
So chaps would be a definite
Oh, absolutely.
party favorite.
I think that looks
Especially
spectacular.
without a rear end.
Oh.
And I apologize for the camera angle here.
Fair enough. Okay, well, let's see what else we have.
All right. See you soon. Bye.
Local artist Joe Puccio makes a lot of wonderful custom waterfowl. And apologize for a little bit of those jitters there. We don't exactly have a fluid tripod, but good enough to get the job done. But looking at some of Joe's creations, they are absolutely fantastic. They're very reasonably priced. They make perfect gifts. And of course, as we go into hunting season, for any of the waterfowlers in your life, or just if you like some good decorations, you definitely can't not notice his work. You may say, what a crock. And here at Ron's, we say, what a crock. That is a Robinson Ransbottom number 10. That means 10 gallons with the redwood handles. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are a crock collector, you know these do not pop up very often. As a matter of fact, most of the time when they do, they're chipped, they're cracked, the handles are missing. Well, as we can see, this is in fascinatingly good condition. It has survived the years quite well, and of course, don't hesitate to come and investigate some of the treasures that we have hiding around here at Ron's. For a rustic bedroom, I couldn't picture anything better than that wonderful chest of drawers. As you can see, it has the log cabin carving to it, and it is heavy duty, solid wood, no junk here. But of course, that's one of the beautiful points about some of our furniture from the past. It was before a lot of synthetic materials were made. Now this of course isn't that old, but we can see that it is a very well and solidly built chest of drawers. So perfect for a younger person or that rustic bedroom. Here at Ron's we have some amazing furniture finds. So take a look at this Ethan Allen secretary desk. Now secretary desks are very neat in the aspect that they are a little more elegant, some would say, than the roll top, but of course take up a lot less real estate. So we see this one comes complete with chair. It is in spectacular condition. It has the original key to it as well. And of course, as to be expected, it does certainly fold shut. Thank you, Susan. Look at that. And of course, in the background, you can see that we've got sofas. But next, I'd like to show you some pretty awesome chairs. Also from the Ethan Allen collection, we have 6 of these wonderful chairs. They are comfortable, and as a matter of fact, you may notice that one on the end has its cover pulled a little bit. Now, they have been professionally covered. We see the original pattern, which is a floral pattern. Either way, you can't lose, whether or not you want it to fit a more modern or contemporary decor, or you'd like to go back to a little more country style. Regardless, it's your choice. The condition is absolutely fabulous. Again, we have all 6 of these, so don't hesitate because we don't expect them to last long. Here at Ron's, one scare you won't get is from high prices. But one thing you'll love is the variety that we have. And again, quality over quantity. We're proud to offer some very, very unique antiques that you won't see anywhere else. So when you're in town, we're open Thursday through Sunday, 11 to 3. Feel free to stop by and join us. 714 Washington Avenue, Woodbine, New Jersey. And of course, I'm Rob, and Susan is behind the camera. We are the Vintage Freaks. Say hi, Susan.
Hi, good night, everyone.
All right. Good night, everyone. And remember, we'll see you here.